Feuds are building, jackets are being torn, and isn't it nice when family gets along? Right now.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
It's a rare condition this day and age to read any good news on the newspaper page.
Yeah.
If only it was Friday night. Just recreate a whole TJM.
Back in the early 90s. Oh,
so good.
Man. Oh, this is my favorite part coming up. Inside these little walls. We could do this.
We could.
Let's take it to the chorus.
We need a whole
It's right here.
montage.
And the days go by. It's the real love of the family. Yes. Welcome everybody. That's how you open a show, y'all. This is the Raw After Show here.
We need a whole opening credits montage now.
Oh my God.
Where it's just like
We need a fake. Oh, we do need a fake montage.
Let's do it.
When we don't know a camera's going to accost us. We're like, ah, you.
Like, oh, I didn't see you there.
Oh my God, we need to do that.
Maybe someone would just make that for us.
phenomenal.
Yes. Welcome everybody. This is Raw After Show right here on AfterBuzz TV. I am Jonny Loquasto. Let's get into it. At JQuasto on the Twitter. That man right there. See him every single week on Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. He's the first progenitor of hyper optimism. He's on Twitter at Ty Matthews PMA because he's Ty Matthews.
What it do?
What
so
up?
happy to be here.
What up, brother?
I'm so excited. Also, just to plug, I'll plug it at the end, but starting a brand new after show tonight for Houdini and Doyle, so check it out.
Oh, tonight you're doing that?
11 p.m. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm down with that.
Get it?
Well, right next to Ty Matthews, she is a wonderful actress and improviser, and she's been here every single week for quite some time now. You know her, you love her. Find her on Twitter at Markeia McCarty. She has really got some cool jewelry on. She's Markeia McCarty.
Yeah, some family jewelry.
And she's got that good heart.
I do. It's the
Yeah.
good
Go.
dyed heart.
Markeia with the good heart. Mm-hmm. That's a new phrase.
There
Not-
you go.
not-
See, your
actually,
references are getting more and more timely.
Okay, but it's like you kind of that kind of goes into Becky with the good hair, so we're just not going to go into that territory.
I got to make up for it with what I said right before the show.
Oh man. Oh man.
Okay, but right before he does that, let me plug real quick. Sailor Moon Crystal, I'll be doing that after this. And also Doctor Who Live, which is live comedy. We have 2 shows, our last 2 shows at I.O. Go and see that the 14th and 28th at iOS. And go ahead, Johnny, with your
funnest of
discovery.
dads.
The funnest of dad
funnest of
comments.
dads.
We were sitting here beforehand, and we were preparing for the show, and I said, you know what, guys? I finally downloaded Google Chrome, and it's amazing.
But it was the way you said it was so serious and so sincere. It made me so happy.
Yeah,
I'm so glad you've discovered it.
Man, it was kind of like, hey, you know what I found out today? They make cars with 4 doors. It's sedans.
What are they gonna think of next?
It's a lot easier to get in the back seat.
Cars now have roofs. Did you know?
I'm glad you're enjoying your Google Chrome.
So good.
So much better.
Johnny.
It's not just a gimmer. It's not just a gimmer, y'all.
No, it's not just a gim. I'm so glad to be out of Safari. Oh my God, Chrome, I love you. You made my life so much better now. Why didn't I know? I heard about it.
Oh, really? This early?
That's fair. You know
This
what?
early?
You know what?
Okay.
That's fair. That's
Okay.
fair.
Very fair.
I won't get into why no one should use Internet Explorer, Firefox, and
You know.
we'll just
You know.
you just know not to. Upgrade to Microsoft Edge if you have to. Okay, I'm
Thank you, Jimbo.
I'm done.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, anyways, let's get right into it.
Let's
Raw,
get it.
Raw had a lot of interesting stuff tonight. Family matters, if you will. Starting off, Chris Jericho hits the ring as only Chris Jericho do. He says, you know, Dean Ambrose is not here tonight because of me. He's in the hospital because of me. I took care of him, and here lies the remains of Mitch the Potted Plant.
Oh no, he didn't.
Gruesome.
Avenge Mitch.
Great comment from Ron Corleone. He cracks me. He goes, Quasto still uses Netscape.
You know he does.
Go visit his GeoCities page, guys.
and support from AJ. He goes, Johnny finally downloaded Google Chrome. It's an accomplishment for him. Damn it. I love you guys.
It's amazing.
Oh, anyways. Yeah, so Mitch the Potted Plant, rest in peace. He makes fun of all the fans. He calls them slovenly barbarians.
So good.
Yeah. He says Ambrose is a slob just like every single one of us. He can't relate to every single one of us because he's a legend. Drink it in, man. He has a little more Jim Morrison moment.
I can't believe he dragged out the corpse of Mitch. You know, do you know how much we love Mitch? the reckoning that
Just
will come.
salt in the wound.
Yep.
And then showing, I love that they showed everyone's tweets and the outpouring of sympathy for the passing of Mitch.
Yeah, he doesn't understand Mitch. He hasn't even named his scarf yet, so he can't understand anything.
Oh, so much fun. Jericho's just when you think he doesn't have any more levels, he does it.
Absolutely.
And he's doing it again. And actually, we get surprised next, not with Dean Ambrose, but with Big Cass. And you can't teach that. He says, if Y2J is a gift, I'm returning it. You don't understand what the new era is all about. I have arrived. I will run through you. And then Jericho, the classic comment of, why don't you go check on your buddy Enzo annoying?
You know, it was classic Cool Dad Jericho.
Yeah.
That made me happy.
Now I'm going to use AIM as a messenger. Yeah.
I will say that this era of Chris Jericho has made stupid idiot like my favorite insult. Like the way he says it with such conviction, just it makes my day whenever he does it.
It's amazing,
And
right?
I really enjoyed the matchup between him and Big Cass, where it's like Jericho just looks like this Jack Russell Terrier, like out of my face, out of my face.
You don't realize how big Big Cass really is until something like that.
When Cass was standing next to Renee Young, the cameraman literally had to go on the ground and just shoot up. Got to get them both in frame.
Yeah.
So yeah, Big Cass not standing back from Y2J. He pushes down the mic as Y2J tries to speak, and he asks for a fight. Of course, Jericho walks away as he does. Big Cass calls him soft. Jericho sprints after him. Big boot to the face.
That was
Huge boot. Yep.
Yeah, like if that was on at Grauman's Chinese theater, you could put a baby in it. Forget your own feet.
Exactly.
I like it.
Yeah, that was gnarly. I love the big boot is such a even back to the days of like Test, like the late great Test. One of my favorite big boots in the industry.
Good big boot.
And Big Cass reminds me a ton of Test.
Yeah, definitely does. It's really cool to see Cass in these kind of situations. You know, they had to think on their feet with Enzo being out. Who knows how long he's going to be out?
Well, and it's like I've said before, and plenty of other people have said this, but when Enzo broke his leg in NXT, that led to a huge opportunity for Big Cass, and I think the exact same thing's happening here. And I think it's only going to help Enzo once he finally does come back.
Yeah, I mean, I do worry for the long-term health of Enzo. He's had a couple major injuries. Hopefully he hasn't had a lot of concussions, because this one was obviously a grade 3 concussion. He was knocked out cold.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of thing you can't judge. If you had a grade 1 concussion, yeah, you can come back within a week sometimes. Grade 3, it takes a little while, and they're going to play this really carefully because this was all over the internet.
Now, do you think he could and or should come back in a non-wrestling capacity first?
I think they can take their time on it. I mean, if they have Cass right now and there's like this Jericho Cass thing going on, just go ahead and lay back and rest.
Right. And I mean, like, the longer they draw it out, the bigger the reaction's going to be for when he eventually does come back. So
what if Carmella's the nurse that nurses him back to health?
Interesting.
Wow.
Interesting.
And that's how they bring her onto Raw.
Well, last I checked, she was a hairdresser.
She was.
But
she could be both.
Multi-talented.
Sure.
No, I mean, I guess you technically could be both.
Yeah, bring those scissors into the ring.
I mean, yeah. But, I mean, they're giving Big Cass a solid run here, it looks like, and maybe Enzo will come back in a non-wrestling capacity for a little while. But when he does come back, I hope it's obviously going to be for something big.
Because wheelchair Enzo was pretty incredible in NXT.
So funny.
That was a pretty great Enzo era.
They were must-see every week, whatever they were doing. So after the break, Y2J complains to Stephanie, says there's no respect here, and Shane is the problem. He's drunk with power. Steph actually backs Shane up and said he's doing the right thing. I was like, okay. Yeah. And tonight, Jericho is going to take on Big Cass in the main event, y'all.
Yeah, it was sibling solidarity. I was like, all right.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how I felt about it at first.
Well, she got in his face and said, don't try to drive a wedge between me and my brother. Don't ever make that mistake again. I dug the heck out of it.
I don't know. Yeah. See, I didn't like it because of inconsistency. I feel like Stephanie as a character wants it both ways. She wants to be both responsible for the Divas Revolution, but also be like this evil tyrant holding power over Raw. And I feel like it's both sides of the same coin.
Okay, so she's kind of like playing the long game. We're getting into Shane's good graces because Vince is really liking the Shane thing, and because it's very popular. He's got the popular vote right now.
I think that's eventually where this is headed. Yeah, but just in terms of a character consistency standpoint, that's why this segment I wasn't crazy about it at first.
Well, I don't know. Maybe this is her with Shane. I mean, when was the last time we saw Stephanie and Shane match up on WWE anything?
Sure, but story-wise, have they earned it?
As far as how they,
have they earned this kind of level of camaraderie? I mean, it's great to see, but how did we get here?
It did happen rather quickly, but at the same time, I mean, it wasn't like Shane was just putting his arm around her. She kind of like came around a little bit, and I guess kind of gradually. I see your point, but the question is like, if they're going to be fighting right away, it's going to be difficult to lead into them getting along. So I understand why it's obviously Stephanie's up.
Oh no, obviously. I mean, like shortcuts are taken for a reason. I get that.
Yeah.
It's just it's the fact that it is a shortcut that they didn't show the work.
Mm-hmm. Well, think about it. If they kind of show the work with the solidarity now, when we get the turn, then it's going to be like, oh, wait, what?
But I feel like the solidarity is the payoff to work that wasn't shown. That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like it was not that long ago that they were at each other's throats. Maybe 2 weeks. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe it's that whole thing like I could pick on my brother, but you can't pick on my brother.
Sure. Absolutely.
It's like, yeah, my brother is a butthole, but you can't say that.
Right. Only I can say that. Sure. And if they had gone that route, yeah, I'd like that a lot.
Well, they kind of did. I mean, and plus, don't forget, Stephanie has always hated Y2J. They have a horrible history. So you got to. This is one time where maybe they're actually playing back to history. Like, well, I don't care what you say, Jericho. I hate you anyway. So yeah, if it's between you and my brother, I'm going to back him up.
Right.
So you got to think about it that way. That could be why.
But this is all speculation on our part that wasn't shown,
which is fun. We like to speculate.
No, but I mean, like, if they had shown that, what you're saying, that playing on history of him calling her a, brutal, disgusting, bottom-feeding trash bag. Well,
I mean,
no, I get what Tyler's saying. I mean, there's speculation and there's fact. Like, it's a fact that Google Chrome's better than Safari.
Sure,
I can tell you.
Now.
So much better.
We got a new convert.
I mean, my interwebs is just killing it right now.
But, all of that being said, I like where it eventually is headed.
Yeah.
So.
Certainly do. Moving on, Dolph Ziggler taking on Baron Corbin. Obviously, Ziggler won at Payback. This is physical right from the start. Corbin attacks Dolph, but the sweet drop kick over the barricade. Corbin eventually takes control, but Ziggler hits a nice famouser. Beautiful deep six and a near fall.
God, that deep six.
Wasn't it good?
Gorgeous.
Damn.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Ziggler eventually catches him. Corbin catches him with an end of days, and then there you go. Win. So clean win for Baron Corbin, and a lot of really good moments here, though.
I love that. I love the end of days as a finish because it's one of those finishes that can really come out of nowhere. Like, I think tonight the lead up into it was really unexpected. And like, if you've seen it, I mean, once again, if you saw him giving it to Chad Gable down at NXT, it was from a tilt-a-whirl head scissors directly into the end of days, and it was absolutely one of the most beautiful, GIF-worthy, and yes, I say GIF, not GIF, GIF-worthy moments I've ever seen.
Sure. And I like what Baron Corbin had to say prior to the match, saying, I don't care about the new era.
Right.
It's me.
Sure.
Care what anyone is.
Yeah, it's Baron Corbin era. There were a lot of really fun, like, discovery moments in this for me. Well, one of the things I really enjoyed was Ziggler just going total ragdoll, just playing possum right before he did the famouser.
Absolutely.
It's like, that's fantastic. It's yes, you have to sneak up on Corbin. That's what you need to do.
Sure.
That, and I, for some reason, I guess just because it's me, I loved Corbin stepping on Ziggler's head.
I mean, stepping on people's heads always is going to be...
Yeah, either sit on a head or step on it.
Exactly.
So there you go.
The head is everyone's weak point.
Of course it is.
After that.
Of course it is. I'm getting killed. And Johnny just learned you could have more than one tab. What else? Now Johnny can surf for ladies in a better browser.
Damn.
Johnny just learned about autofill.
This is amazing.
Yeah.
We need to make this into a shirt for you, JLo.
I'm enjoying the heck out of it.
With the Google Chrome logo.
You guys are on point.
Let's get it.
All right, moving on. Shane backstage with Charlotte and Ric Flair. They try to butter him up a little bit. He figures it out right away. He's like, sorry, Rick, but you're also banned from ringside tonight. Moving on to another interview. JoJo backstage with The Club. Can we talk about that?
You know,
Yeah, let's
just
talk
the club.
about that for a
It's a
second.
club.
Can't we at least call them the Bang Bang Club?
The new era, the club, the family.
I don't know, the Bang Bang Club after submission sorority.
They're just keeping it. They're keeping it real easy, real simple.
Sure,
you know?
sure.
Real easily digestible.
Well, what I'm thinking is that it's the club for now to lead into when it's eventually the Balor Club.
I guess so. But AJ says tonight the club is officially back together again. And
Too sweet me.
Too sweet me. And then they're going to do the triple threat, not triple threat, the 6-man elimination match tonight. The club and AJ Styles taking on Usos and Roman Reigns.
Sure.
So I think you're right.
There we go.
Oh,
There we go. No, we'll get there. No,
Jimbo,
we'll
I
get
gotta
there.
call it out first. Damn it,
Jimbo, we'll get there.
Jimbo.
But I appreciate it. I like it. I like it.
He's trying to
You
make
know
up.
what?
He's trying to make up for last week, and I like it.
It's an appetizer. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
Quasso still plays Number Cruncher on his Macintosh. You son of a bitch, man. Stop it. Guys are killing me.
Oh, number cruncher.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like that, Jimbo. Good move. Good move.
I like it.
But we'll call it out first.
You know what? It's an appetizer.
Yeah, I love Jimbo. Yeah, moving on. Gorgeous Truth and Gold Dongo both hit the ring, but it's a singles match. Fandango versus R-Truth. Dongo gets the early advantage, dances a little bit, stanky leg. A little bit, I guess they distract themselves. I don't know. Truth hits a finisher for the win. What the hell?
Yep.
yeah. There was a lot of spotlighting R-Truth in this. We got to see those dance moves again. You know
Yeah.
what I think it was?
What's that?
I think this was like a courting dance for Goldust. So R-Truth was, like the peacock that spreads his fan.
Wow.
And he's like, "Hey, Goldust, you see these moves? This could be your tag team partner. Don't you want the Golden Truth?" And that's
Oh,
what this was
man.
all about.
I like it. I like that
you go.
theory.
There you go.
Pretty good explanation.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you know,
And
It works.
And the match makes sense.
sure.
Eventually, we got to. It's so funny how so many things are like rushed together. This R-Truth Goldust combination is the most drawn out.
Man, it has been a minute.
I mean, I feel like they first started talking in 2014.
Right. It makes me wonder how long the Booker Goldust segments went to see if this beat those.
Oh, way longer.
Do you think?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
Maybe I'm
man.
wrong. I don't know. They were a hell of a tag team. Either way, I mean, I love the guys. So, let's get them on TV.
Oh, it's good stuff.
Yeah.
It's good. I mean, I like seeing all four of these guys being used somehow, you know?
Yeah.
Especially after the big round of spring cleaning that we just saw. Glad to see them put to use.
Oh, by Santino.
R.I.P. many talents.
Yeah. Well, they've got great names: Gorgeous Truth and Gold.
Is it Goldongo?
Goldongo.
That is a
Goldongo?
weird.
Goldongo and Gorgeous Truth.
I don't like saying it.
Yeah,
I do
that's-
not like saying it. It does not
Yeah.
quite roll off the tongue.
Here's a rule. If you're going to make fun of me for being out of date on chat roll, spell correctly.
Are they still
If
going?
you're going to say, did you know you can get the internet on your phone, Johnny, don't spell it Y-O-U-R-E. That means I'm using UR phone.
Hey, for the internet, that's pretty pretty good.
Just saying. Come on. I love a good making fun of. Get with it.
I still play solitaire on my computer. That's not one to say.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, there's Vegas style solitaire. If you
Of course. Of course.
That's right.
I love a good snake, you know.
Wait, do you mean the one where it's like,
Yeah.
okay.
We are just
Were we off track that far?
It's a good
Oh
night.
no, yeah, we were yeah.
Okay.
We're
All
right.
right.
Yeah, we're
just-
All
way
right,
off.
moving on.
It's chat roll's fault. They're too funny tonight. I can't help it. Moving on, KO, Cesaro, Miz, all arguing backstage with Stephanie and Shane. They said there's going to be a triple threat match at Extreme Rules. That's when Sami Zayn steps in. He's like, look, when I held up the title last week, people were going crazy. You heard the people. They want me. And he's like, you know what? Let me take on the Miz tonight. If I lose, I'll go to the back of the line. But if I win, I want to be in the Fatal 4-Way. Stephanie and Shane are like, yeah. And afterwards they said, I think we handled that pretty well. Sis, bruh.
Sure.
There you go. I love the moment. It was
Yeah.
great. KO is such a... I love him when he's whiny.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah, he whines like a master.
So good. Everything he's doing right now is so on point.
Everything he says backstage in the ring.
Even when he comes to the ring tonight, you could tell he did not want to... He thought it was BS that he had a match. Just come to the ring, he's just like,
Right. Exactly.
great. We'll get to that. So that's going to happen later on tonight. Charlotte taking on Paige. What a match this was. This is almost like Paige's way of saying, look, what the hell am I doing?
It seemed like Paige got a pretty sizable pop when she came out.
Huge.
I don't think anyone was expecting her in a one-on-one match.
It's because we haven't seen her doing anything.
It's been a minute.
Don't know why. So I think it was kind of her. It was almost like many people said Ryback and Kalisto put on the "I'm tired of being on the pre-show" match.
Right.
Tonight
That's a good way to put it. That's a very good way to put it.
Yeah, I think tonight was Paige's way of saying, look, remember me? I could be in the main event picture too, and this match is going to be badass.
Sure.
And it was.
Sure.
Paige in control for much of it. Kick to the face, did the little Flair strut, running knee, and then a superplex. Then, of course, Ric Flair runs down. I love it. Shane's music hits. 9 referees take Ric Flair away.
That's
good.
That's definitely how many refs you need for a wild now Ric Flair.
You do.
Yeah.
You need a lot. If you've seen him in Camp WWE,
I was just about to say the exact same thing.
he's humping rocks.
What?
Yeah.
It's you gotta
Why would
watch. You gotta watch Camp WWE.
Why would he hump a rock?
It's
Why not?
because he's the nature boy.
Oh no, they did it that way.
It's really fun.
Okay.
That show
That's actually completely unintentional fun.
Okay,
That's,
because I was like, oh.
That show is hilarious. It's
great.
Well written. I really like it. Anyways, so they get rid of Flair, and all of a sudden a roll up for the win. Paige gets the win over Charlotte with Natty on commentary, and I gotta give Natty some credit. She's coming into her own. She's so much better on the mic, and she actually stood up for Byron Saxton. God forbid someone stands up for Byron getting made fun of nonstop.
Team Byron.
She finally stood up for him.
Yep.
Which was nice.
Exactly.
So, yeah, Paige with a win. We'll see where it leads. But Charlotte and Natty, I'm still digging this build up for Extreme Rules.
Yeah, sure. Submission. I'm always excited for a good submission match.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, especially between the two of them. That should be nice.
Definitely.
Oh yeah. Sami Zayn taking on the Miz. Zayn with the advantage early on, takes him to the outside. Miz gets a nice reversal, sends to the outside, kick to the face. Zayn does the was it Michinoku driver?
Michinoku driver, absolutely.
Driver. Miz, sweet figure 4 actually he locked on. Zayn fights his way to the ropes. Miz tries to cheat, hold on to the ropes, referee catches him. Haluva kick for the win from Sami Zayn, so now he's officially in the Final Four.
Yeah, I enjoyed this match, but I wanted Maurice to do more.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
I thought, you know what? I thought when right before they went to commercial between the back and forth between Maurice and Sammy, I thought we were going to get a little Quebecois standoff. You know, a little bit of battle of two fellow French Canadians.
Oh, that would have been nice.
Yep,
I mean,
yep.
she had so many moments where she could have done a little bit something extra. Like when he was locked into the submission move and Sammy's going for the rope, she could have stood behind the ref and pulled that rope a little bit. It's
Absolutely.
like,
That's classic.
There's so much she could have done. I mean, she was having a good old time, but it's like, go ahead and you're a heel. You're a big time heel. You can do stuff like that. Just do it, please.
Stir it
I
up.
want to hate you just a little bit more.
As the chef would say, stir it up, baby.
Stir it up. Or
Yeah,
Bob
like
Marley.
Sammy was in the corner, the ref was distracted with Miz over there. Do a high kick to the face.
Sure.
Yeah. Or like you said, did you mention when he was trying to get to the ropes for the figure 4?
Yeah.
She would have pulled the ropes a little
Oh,
bit.
that would have been nice.
Would have been really nice too.
Classic.
You know what else is nice? DraftKings.
Oh, it sure is.
Yeah.
It is indeed.
1 week fantasy. It's always a thrill. Fantasy golf at DraftKings.com. Amazing prizes. It's super easy. It's playing golf. Fantasy wise, here's what you do. Stay under the salary cap, rack up the points based on how your players perform. You outscore the competition, and you win. It's that simple. Whether you're a golf enthusiast or you just love playing fantasy sports, give it a go. Every monster drive and made putt will bring you closer to getting that cash. So whether you like baseball, football, basketball, soccer, MMA, give fantasy golf a try on DraftKings. Millions of fans have discovered DraftKings. Now it's your turn. Real simple. Go to DraftKings.com, put in the code BUZZ, B-U-Z-Z, and get a free first deposit for this week's fantasy golf contest. $400,000 in prizes. Top prize $100K. So real simple. Go to Buzz, put the code BUZZES for DraftKings.com. That's DraftKings.com. This isn't fantasy. It's DraftKings.
Dig it.
There you go.
Yeah. I wish I had some music to end that, but
We'll cue it up next time.
what are you going to do? I had to yell at some people in the shower. They're using not good language, and so I had to.
Oh,
I had
come
to scold
on. Be
people.
cool, guys. Be
Keep
cool.
it PG, y'all.
Exactly.
It ain't Camp WWE time yet.
Yeah, no need for that. Leave that on your own page.
Renee Young with Becky Lynch saying, last week Emma poked your eye. She said that was intentional, but the next time we're in the ring, she's in for an Irish last kicking. That's when Emma shows up and says, admit it, you're inferior, but what you need right now is eyes in the back of your head. Attack! Dana Brooke.
A challenger appears.
Dana Brooke, y'all.
Dana Brooke, y'all.
Playtime is over.
Yep.
Yeah, it's the end.
Oh, yeah. The
Yeah.
E&D. Emma and Dana.
Emma
Yeah.
and Dana.
Yep.
So, I mean, what do you think?
I love it. Their chemistry together is absolutely phenomenal. I love the stuff that they're doing in NXT. I was on the fence about Dana Brooke for a while. Once she joined up with Evil Emma, it was over. Loved it.
Yeah, well, if I can't have evil Emma beating up a Santino, then I'll gladly take it.
Sure, absolutely. Nothing beats the mirrored aviators, the half gloves,
She's killing it.
the shoulder pads.
I mean, we already talked about how much Emma's killing it. Does she need Dana Brooke? No, but could having Dana Brooke get her to an even higher level? Maybe.
Emma may not need Dana, but I think Dana needs Emma at this point.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
And it's interesting. What do you think of recently? Dave Meltzer said that it may possibly be time for women's tag titles. What do you think of that?
That'd be
Love
great. Do it.
Do we? I think do we have enough women's teams right now to justify such a?
They can certainly develop some.
Sure.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean,
they've got a huge pool down in NXT.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
think of a Team Bad versus Team Bella or Team Blonde, Bad
Sure.
and Blonde. Da, da, da.
Yeah.
They have enough females.
That was
to
built
start doing some-
almost entirely on the
Plus
women's
tag team
tag.
At
titles.
NXT alone, I'm thinking of a couple of the Australian girls down at NXT.
Sure. Peyton Royce and Billie Kay.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, not just because they're Australian, but because they do kind of have a similar look going on.
Sure.
You know, there's a lot of options. If you want to cultivate more stars, why not have a tag team division?
I think it'd be great.
If you,
Exactly, Jimbo. That's
Why
perfect.
not have a tag team division? Well,
That was good timing, Jimbo.
Yeah,
Very
good job,
good.
Jimbo.
I like it.
he's on the ball more than you, Johnny.
I just loved. No, because usually I like the music to be hit after I do the Teddy Long impression. But we'll get there.
I like it. I like being surprised with it.
You know what? I'll sit down with Jimbo afterwards.
I like it.
And we'll talk about it.
No, I like it.
Well, that you okay? Good.
I like when it comes out of nowhere. It's like the RKO.
I'm glad you like. Well,
You never know.
no, you don't know.
It comes out of nowhere.
So yeah, playtime is over. Dana Brooke attacks, and interesting to see.
Classic head pat.
Classic head pat.
Pats all around.
You know what? Darren Young is next.
Oh man!
All right.
I am so happy about this.
I love how awkward this, because you're watching it and you're like, okay, their timing is way off. This has to be on purpose.
Bob Backlund is shoot crazy. He's legitimately crazy, and it makes me so happy.
It's amazing.
Bob Backlund is legitimately one of my absolute all-time favorite wrestlers. He
great.
scared the shit out of me when I was a kid. When he was like snapping and like putting everyone in the chicken
Yeah.
wing back in like 93, 94. Oh my god, I was terrified.
And he still knows. I mean, he locked me in 2 years ago at WrestleMania.
There you go.
Yeah, and locked Dale Rutledge in too.
That's no joke. That chicken wing's no joke.
He'll do it. Well, Darren Young says he needed a guiding light. All he had to do was look right in front of him. And that's when Bob Backlund says, yes, I'll be your wrestling coach. And he's like, no, Bob, I need a life coach, not a wrestling coach. And wrestling is life.
It was a little bit more animated than that.
Yeah.
Guys, you
don't
gotta
worry.
look it up.
Yeah,
It's
the
incredible.
timing of it kind of reminded me of what was that one? Tim and Eric Austin
I was
show?
just
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Where it's just like
All
The
it
timing
needed-
was all
yeah,
weird.
it's like wait, what's going on? What's going on? What do you?
All it
And then he
needed was
says
just
something.
like an extreme close up and a lot of like weird wet mouth noises, and
Yep.
it would have been a Tim and Eric sketch.
And I'll tell you one thing, that soundbite will probably end up on the compadres this week, so make sure you listen in.
But make Darren Young great again. That's the campaign they're going with.
I love this.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Up, down, does a Pizza Hut ad. Moving on. Zack Ryder with Shane backstage says, I want to be a player here. I'm not just happy to be here. I can win titles just like at WrestleMania. KO comes in, calls him pathetic, and criticizes Shane's way of doing things. Ryder says, look, I beat you at Mania. I should be in the Fatal 4-Way. And Shane says, you know what? Tonight, KO versus Zack Ryder. Winner gets in the Fatal 4-Way. Digging it.
Yeah. I like it a lot. I like that they're maintaining Zack Ryder as an integral part of this division.
As they should.
Yes,
You
he
know.
still exists.
Exactly,
which is nice.
exactly. I mean, like I loved that WrestleMania moment, and I was really hoping that it wasn't just like, oh, that was your bone, and now it's back to superstars for you. So I like it. I like it a lot.
Tom Phillips backstage with Roman Reigns and the Usos. They're like, tonight we face the club, elimination rules. We will eliminate Gallows and Anderson, but Roman wants to eliminate Styles. Moving on. Not much to say about that. Pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah.
Family versus the club.
That's right. Lucha Dragons hit the ring after commercial. Lana is already in the ring. Brings out Rusev. We have Rusev versus Sin Cara. Rusev in pretty much total control, though Sin Cara gets a little bit of offense in, a little reversal. Boom, dive outside the ropes. But then a distraction. This was really weird. Okay, so Rusev gets a kick in, But Kalisto jumps on the apron, which causes a distraction. Lana gets on the apron, which causes another distraction. Then Sin Cara gets the roll up.
Well, did Lana get on the apron first?
She sure did. No, I don't think so. I thought Kalisto got on first.
Okay.
I'm not sure of the order now.
I'm pretty sure it was Kalisto, then Lana, and then a roll up. Chat roll, let me know.
Just distraction city.
Yeah. Because I was a little bit unclear on this one too.
Weird. Sin Cara gets the win. There's a second kind of similar distraction finish the night.
That was, I don't know, it was just so weird. I mean, I kind of get why Sin Cara won, because it's like, okay, if Sin Cara can win, Kalisto's going to keep that belt, that kind of a thing. But another thing that just kind of ticked me off a little bit, I love that they had Lana on the mic. I was so excited. I was like, oh, great, yes, let's get some more Lana and here's some Russian. And then it was just an intro.
Yeah.
And like just old OG style.
Yeah.
Pretty much. So yeah, Sin Cara.
Loved her outfit.
Sin Cara with the W. Regardless, Rusev's taking on Kalisto at Extreme Rules.
Pretty excited for that, though.
Heck yeah, man. AJ and the Club versus Usos and Roman. Elimination match. In a tag team match. Got it. Very
You
good.
gotta do the lights, though.
Good.
Next step.
One thing at a time. One thing at a time, Jimbo.
I'm
It's
working
okay.
on things, all right?
One thing at a time, buddy.
You got it.
Hey, get his DVD on High Spots, by the way.
Yes.
Yes.
It's such a good documentary.
It's amazing.
Featuring the
documentary.
club.
In fact, yeah, speaking of tag team wrestling, if you like tag team wrestling, go check out the Young Bucks 2 Sweet Journey on DVD at highspots.com.
That's right. Kalisto did get on the apron first, so Kalisto, heel ass Kalisto.
Man, heel ass Kalisto. How?
Yeah.
Et tu Kalisto?
Et tu. Como estás, Kalisto?
Oh my goodness. Yes.
Yes. Anderson. Google Chrome. All right. Anderson with a roll up on Jey Uso for the first elimination. Jimmy ends up rolling up Anderson then for the elimination. During the break, phenomenal forearm to Jimmy. So we're down to Gallows and AJ versus Roman. Superman punch takes out Gallows. Then a Pele kick. Reigns tosses him over the announcer's table. That's when the club attacks with chairs. Usos come down. A Donnybrook breaks out. Spears everywhere by Reigns. And a kick from Styles. But then he goes for the Styles Clash. Gets reversed. Then there's I love this stare down. There's a chair in the ring. And Roman hands him. He just drops it in front like, hey, I don't need this.
Right.
And then AJ just leaps over him and just like Sonic the Hedgehog. It just bounces.
That's a good analogy. I like that. Yeah.
Picked up some coins, kept on going.
Exactly. Yeah, it was a long, drawn out standoff, but I like their chemistry and their energy together. I mean, I think this Roman Reigns, this fired up, defending his family Roman Reigns, I like it. I like it a lot.
I love how this is building. They are really, I mean, this is, I feel like Roman is just listening to AJ, because AJ knows what he's doing, and it just seems really organic.
Sure.
Between them, and who would have thought that this could have happened a month ago?
It's still a little surreal. It's kind of like when Sting came around, like you still don't quite believe that it's happening. Like AJ Styles competing for the WWE title at pay-per-views,
Plus,
but it's great.
And the funny thing is, size difference be damned, the way this is working out, when you look at AJ Styles, you think, hell yeah, he could beat him.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, definitely. He's got all the tools in his toolbox. He wants it. He's hungry. Hungry, young, and thirsty for it. And he's got the rest of the club.
The club.
Behind
him. And for some reason, maybe it's just me, like psychologically, I still see it as AJ Gallows and Anderson versus Roman, even though I know the Usos are there too.
Oh, right.
So it's just like, it seems like even more of a going up against the Empire thing for me.
Sure.
Yeah. Well,
so I like it.
I imagine we're going to have the club and Usos at Extreme Rules.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe, some sort of tag. Maybe a TLC match, maybe a tables match, who knows?
But I just love how they're developing this. I mean, this is intriguing every single week, and there's like a mutual respect, but there's a mutual frustration where they're both just getting sick and tired of each other.
Right.
And that just is how you build a really good feud.
Sure.
And I think this is something that we could really see, hopefully, for a while.
Absolutely.
It'd be great. Let's hope so. Ryder taking on KO. Well, it didn't last too long, unfortunately. Well, maybe not unfortunately, but KO gets the pop-up powerbomb for the win, although Ryder gets a little bit of offense in, but overall it's mostly KO, and now we have the official Fatal 4-Way.
Yeah. I think it might have been fun if Ryder had won, and then KO gets a slot, through nefarious means,
so maybe turned into a 5-way?
Possibly.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, that.
Okay.
But no, I'm fine with this too.
Yeah.
This works.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
It does work. Next, Renee Young, like you said earlier with Big Cass. A little bit of a height disparity there.
A little bit.
He said, I'm dedicating tonight to Enzo. Bada boom. I'll be the only one standing in the room. How you doing? Moving on. New Day has a new chant. All hail the Bootio. That's their final Bootio left from WrestleMania. Oh.
Yeah.
There we go. There we go.
Say what? Dig it. Yeah.
New Day.
Oh, man. Yeah. I like the clip he found. It says, New Day theme song for 30 minutes.
Wow. Okay.
Why wouldn't
Not
you want to
10
listen to this for
hours?
30 minutes? Not 10 hours.
Not 10 hours?
I would totally dance for 30 straight minutes to this.
Yeah, this is like a cleaning song.
Oh,
Gotta get that
yeah,
laundry
there you go.
done.
There you go.
Like, yeah. Sorting it.
World of flesh coat of paint. So yes, they said the Vaudevillains are from a bygone era, an era that didn't take kindly to people like us, smartphone users.
Yeah.
Awesome.
They went there.
Yeah.
I was like, all right.
Little tease.
I wondered.
Yeah, little
They did.
tease.
That and their hail to the Bootio was like, what was it? A Whole New World?
Yeah, from
Set to a whole
Aladdin.
new
Yeah,
world.
exactly.
Ah.
That was a little weird.
Swimming on the mat when they first came out.
Why not?
These guys can do no wrong.
Sure.
Yeah.
They have an inflatable box of Bootios now for their entrance at other shows. WWE tweeted out.
I did not know.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice. The only thing I wish is that they do all of this definitely wearing their unicorns instead
Right.
of just holding it.
Right. But
unicorn
yes,
horns.
they are interrupted by them damn Dudleys.
Them damn Dudleys. Because they say,
They got
call your
no
mammy and your
manners.
pappy, tell them that New Day rocks, but the Dudleys hit the ring, and wow, another surprise finish. A massive lariat from Devon.
God,
on
what an
Kofi.
insane lariat!
Yeah.
And he pulled him against that top rope first. I think they might be playing off of the Enzo injury
Yeah,
and
I
like
was so surprised at that.
showing how like those ropes can be incorporated.
Yeah.
Like when I saw Kofi's head go up against it, I was like, no, what do you know?
That's the point.
No.
That is the desired reaction.
This was, this is another case of the Dudleys being like, look, stop overlooking us.
God, and that lariat was no joke.
That was
Good Lord. But the lariat occurred because of a distraction from the Vaudevillains who attacked Xavier in the middle of his trombone solo.
Yeah.
Those nefarious Vaudevillains.
Yeah, those nefarious Vaudevillains, they attack right after. Not only does Kofi lose the match, but then the Vaudevillains attack. And I'll tell you what, obviously the big debut was Enzo and Cass. But the Vaudevillains, they're doing more now than what they were doing at NXT.
Oh God, yes,
They were kind
absolutely.
of just floating around at NXT, but
They're solid contenders now.
and they're allowed to. They're getting on the mic. They're talking.
Right.
It's unfortunate what happened to Enzo.
Sure.
And, whoever's whatever. But
Sure. And they hit that whirling dervish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was nicely executed.
It's good
too.
stuff. Yeah. They're taking the gimmick into a more kind of serious, updated direction. It's not necessarily that they are old-timey strongmen. They just respect the principles of this bygone era.
And then also they're working out so much better as heels now than they did in NXT. I know NXT for
right.
a while they were supposed to be heels.
At
and
first, yeah.
it wasn't. No one was. It's just there's a different crowd at NXT versus.
Way different, sure.
Yeah. Well, it's a very fun thing that they have going on. I mean, nobody has that. From Family Guy, where it's like I forget their names, but it's like the guys that have the giant.
The weights.
So it's like they have that, but
Squat
kind of
thrusts.
like for. Yes.
Sure.
Oh no.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so it's kind of like that. So I enjoy that. I also like that it was a pretty solid match between Dudley's and New Day. Like there were drop kicks everywhere. We had the unicorn stampede. So it was like, oh yeah, they're definitely going to win. But Vaudevillains totally threw them off their game, and I like that. You want to see that. I love New Day. I want them to win forever. Well, not forever, but I like to see that this tag team will totally knock them off their stride.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I love the fact New Day has had the titles for a long time, but their title reign doesn't seem stale whatsoever.
Right.
And Vaudevillains, it's new blood coming in, going after the titles, and then maybe after they're done, maybe that's when Enzo and Cass maybe step in, or someone else steps up to the plate. But New Day is always coming up with creative stuff to say, and now we have another new chant, which you'll probably hear on Compadres as well.
Yeah.
So let's get to the main event, or will we?
Ooh.
Big Cass hits the ring, followed by Chris Jericho. The lights go out. The jacket is on. All of a sudden, it looks like a bit of a kerfuffle. Not sure what's happened. It looks like someone maybe hit someone, and all of a sudden someone else is wearing the blow-up jacket.
Yeah, it was dark.
Yeah.
What?
It stays dark. The person who throws the jacket on hits the ring, gets inside, does the Jericho thing, and turn around, and it's Dean Ambrose.
Yep.
Jericho laying on the apron on the ramp, all sad. It looks like he got popped in the mush.
Furious.
Very, very mad. Jericho attacks because Ambrose starts to rip apart that $15,000 jacket.
Ripping out the wiring and taking out the lining.
My absolute favorite part was when the lights came up and Dean's there and he's just mad-eye Mooney.
That was pretty awesome. That was a great, great shot.
Oh my God, it was gorgeous.
And I'm telling you, look, that jacket costs $15,000. I know a guy can get it to you for $1,500, maybe $2,000.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean,
but,
come on.
Yeah, but will it be like real or will it be faux? Oh man, what was the word?
I'm gonna guess that one tonight
faux
was
daisy, fugazi,
Fugazi.
fugazi.
There we go.
that one tonight.
See, that's why I need Enzo back so I can remember things.
I don't know, but rips it apart. Jericho attacks, gets the upper hand. Actually, Big Cass gets in his way, tosses him back in the ring, and a Dirty Deeds. Just as we think Raw's going off the air, oh no! We go backstage to Stephanie and Shane, kind of admiring what happened, saying a $15,000 jacket. Well, a jacket for a potted plant. They both kind of laugh at each other, and they say, we coexisted pretty well tonight. Maybe we can be on ride along. And Shane says, nah, you're going too far. He's like, I gotta take this call. And as he walks away, Steph stares at the frame picture of Vince and his son. She holds it and just smiles ever so innocently, like, oh, family. That's how Raw goes off the air, and I loved it.
There's a lot happening on that face during that look.
Stephanie's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was sibling unity.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like, this is my Ken.
Or is it?
Or is
There
it?
was nothing on her face that even did like a something sly.
Oh no, there was a moment she looks at the picture, looks back up, and it kind of goes from that slight smile down to nothing.
Yep.
And you think something's gonna happen, and then back to the smile.
I loved it.
It was like a tease. Yeah.
It was such a warm smile, and also Ambrose and Jericho just keep bringing it.
Absolutely.
Oh my God, it was so good. It's like, yeah, he avenged Mitch. That's why you don't mess with Mitch.
It's about
That's why you
plants
don't.
and scarves and jackets. This whole entire feud just revolves around inanimate objects.
There's so many good stories, right now. and
It's
so
the
many
best
good feuds.
object-based feud since Head versus Pepper.
Yes, I love the escalation. It's like, you take my Mitch, I take this $15,000 jacket.
Right.
Yeah.
Or I guess it was Head and Pepper versus Boss Man's Nightstick. I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
whatever. Either way.
Yeah.
I mean, I just love. There's so many fun stories here.
Al Snow's looking jacked these days.
Oh, Al
Side
Snow
note.
looks phenomenal. He's in great shape.
Yep.
So with that said, that's pretty much the show.
That's the show, y'all.
We put ourselves
We're
over.
coming up to 1,200 episodes.
Jesus.
Isn't that crazy?
What is?
Raw.
Total?
Yeah.
What?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. This tonight was 1,198.
Hey-o.
You know?
It's amazing.
Yep.
Well, Ty Matthews, put yourself over.
Y'all can find me on Twitter, on Instagram, at Ty Matthews PMA, as well as various other after shows. Houdini and Doyle tonight, 11 p.m., as well as Thursdays, American Grit, brand new show, and Lucha Underground, of course.
All right.
And watch Championship Wrestling from Hollywood.
And Markeia McCarty.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Markeia McCarty, MarkeiaMcCarty. I also do some Snapchatting on Darth Thinmints is my username for that. And if you like live comedy, Doctor Who Live, we do an improvised version of Doctor Who, never before seen, never to be seen again. We have our last two shows at I.O. happening Saturday the 14th and the 28th at 10 o'clock, $5 for that show. And then also I'm in Essence Improv, all black females, classy black females doing comedy at Impro Studio, $5 on the 21st. So go see any of those three shows.
Boomtown, Championship Wrestling from Hollywood TV taping this Sunday, May 15th. If you're in Southern California, go on up to Port Hueneme or hit Ty or I up on social media. We will tell you all about it. Otherwise, we're on Fight TV. That's the FITE app. You could watch the second half of Coastline Clash. It was awesome. Really great show. Also got some comedy coming up. I'm at the Tacoma Comedy Club this weekend, Thursday to Saturday, with my good friend Rachel Feinstein. She's headlining. So if you're in Washington, come on out and see us. Hit me up on social media. Wednesday, June 15th, I'm back in Pennsylvania in Bethlehem. I think I'm in Pittsburgh June 17th. I'm still waiting on the finalization of the details for that. And May 26th, Comedy Store, huge charity show. All the proceeds go to all the kids and families we work with at Children's Hospital. So Thursday, May 26th, please tell a friend. Other than that, jlocomedy.com, at jquasto. Listen and watch Wrestling Compadres. See you next week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.